which is relevant. Very short story, by the way. Don't panic. Very short story. Very short story. And it's relevant to the question that they asked. And it's a real story, by the way. So there's a person who later on became a teacher himself, a religious scholar. So he says that when he was a child, his father dies. Very young he was, I don't remember now, maybe 10, 11 years old. His father dies and he goes through a very difficult time. His world is crushed, his relationship with God is affected. And so he says, on my way from home to school, after my dad died, one day I was walking to school, then this person came, this religious scholar, told me, you know what, son, I'm actually going that way as well. Is it okay if I come with you? And he says, sure. And so he says that this religious scholar, that whole year, every day in the morning, would come to this 10-year-old kid who's just lost his father and say, okay, you know what, my work is that way too. Is it okay if I just walk with you? And on the way, he would listen to him, talk to him, not about God, nothing. Just how's your day? What is happening in school? Then he says, many years later, I realized that this scholar has died. So he said, I realized this scholar has died. I went back to our town to go and visit him. He says, when I went back, I realized, oh my God, his work was not close to my school. In fact, he was all the way in another part of the town. But every day for a whole year, he came and walked with this kid who had just lost his father so that he wouldn't be alone for at least half an hour every morning. Right? He didn't tell this kid that you have to believe in God. You have to love God. God is beautiful. There's a reason why your dad died. No, none of this. He just said house school. But just this love that he showed was the thing that convinced this kid later on to become a religious scholar himself and fixed his relationship with God. So a lot of the times we don't need to say anything. We don't even need to talk about God. All we need to do is to show people love, and that love will do its work.